children, how are you all? Welcome back to your computer class. So in the last class, we had discussed the exercises of first topic. Yes? Very good. Hope all of you have written it in your notes and completed your notes as well as your textbook. Yes? Hope for the best. Today, we'll be continuing with the second chapter which I had started in the last class. What was the topic of the second chapter, children? GUI operating system. Yes, GUI operating system. So, in that class, we had learned what an operating system is. Yes, you had learned what is an operating system, what is a taskbar. Fine, what is a taskbar? Then starting the button. Is it, children? Starting the button, using the start button. And how do you customize the taskbar? How do you customize the taskbar? I'll brief you up once again. What is an operating system? Operating system is a system in the computer which controls the overall activities of the computer. Operating system controls the overall activities of the computer. Yes, it allows the user to interact with the system. It allows the user to interact with the system. Yes, children, are you understanding? Yes. Then after that, I explained what is taskbar. I explained to you what is a taskbar. So what is a taskbar? The bottom strip on the desktop screen is called as taskbar. Once again I am telling you, children, the bottom strip on the desktop screen is called as taskbar. Those who had doubts, you can clear it again. I'll just be telling you. Can you see, children? Fine. The bottom strip, this strip, the bottom strip on the desktop window, the bottom strip on the desktop window is called as the taskbar. Fine, children. The bottom strip on the desktop window is called as the taskbar. Fine. Yes. Here you will be having the start button and here other icons will be present. We'll see what are icons. Fine. So what is a taskbar? The bottom strip on the desktop screen is called as the taskbar. Fine, children. This bottom strip is called as taskbar. Understood? This is your start button. This is your start button. Once you click on this start button, a quick launch bar will appear. Okay? Quick launch bar will appear, wherein you will get different options. Once you click on the start button, a quick launch bar will appear, wherein you will get accessories, documents, okay, etc. What are the things which you need to select? Those things will appear. That is your quick launch bar. That is your quick launch bar. Understand, children? So this is your taskbar, the bottom strip. This is the start button. Once you click on the start button, a window, quick launch bar appears, wherein you will have different templates or the icons over there. So that's your quick launch bar. How do you customize the taskbar? Customizing the taskbar, last class I think I said you can lock the taskbar, you can auto hide it. Okay, how do you do it? Right click on the desktop, right click on the taskbar. Right click on the taskbar. Okay, children, once you right click on the taskbar, click on the properties. Click on the properties. Click on the properties. Once you click on properties, you can do the changes, whatever changes you want, and you can save the changes. After saving the changes, you can click on OK. Got it? So, is there any doubt now? I explained what is a taskbar, what's the start button, what is a quick launch bar, then how do you customize this? Customize is changing the properties. Right click on the taskbar, click on properties. So whatever changes you want, whatever changes you need, that you can do. Save the changes and click on the OK button and click on the OK button. Fine children, shall we move on to the next one? Shall we move on? Good. What is the next one? Selecting and deselecting icons. So before knowing selection and deselection of the icons, I have to tell you, or you should know, what is an icon. Okay, you should know what is an icon. If I myself remember in 3rd standard I had taught you what is an icon, gadget. Yes or no? Fine. What is an icon? Small pictures on the desktop screen are called as icon. Small pictures on desktop screen are called as icon. Is called as icon. What is it, children? So these images like my computer, recycle bin, do you remember? Yes. So these things are called as icons. So what is the small pictures on desktop screen? Small pictures on desktop screen are called icons. Got it, children? Small pictures on desktop screen are called as icons. Remember once again, small pictures on desktop screen are called icons. Got it? Got it? Is there any doubt? Now you know what is a taskbar, the use of the start button, then quick launch bar, customizing the taskbar. What is an icon? What is an icon? Now we will be moving on to the selection of the icons in 2 ways. One is adjacent and the other one is non-adjacent. See, selection of adjacent. Adjacent means you will have to know one after the other or one below the other. Exactly. Fine. Non-adjacent means you want to select first one and third one or the fourth one. So, how is this selection process done? You will have to be very careful. Listen carefully now. How it is done, I will show you. Fine. Now you understood what is an icon. Small pictures are on desktop screen are called icons. Now, first, adjacent icons, one after the other or one below the other. We will see how to select them. Just click. How do you click? With the mouse. Fine. Just one single click on the icon, in the first icon. Then, first icon, then press and hold the shift key. Press and hold the shift key. Using your mouse, you will be clicking on the icon which you want. Like first one I want now. I have clicked on that. So once I have clicked on that, then I will press and hold the shift key, children. I will press and hold the shift key. Then I will start moving either downwards or right or left or up. Wherever I want, whichever icons, adjacent icons, one below the other or one above the other. Just see, click on icon first. First you are supposed to click on the icon, then press and hold shift key. Press and hold shift key. Okay? Then whichever icon you want, you go on selecting them. Fine. This is the selection of adjacent icon. This is the selection of adjacent icon. Adjacent icon. Got it, children? Understood? Do you want me to explain once again? See, click on the icon whichever you want first, then press and hold the shift key, press and hold the shift key, then select the any number like either left or right you want, select those icons whichever you want, then that is the selection of the adjacent icons. In the same way, how do you select non-adjacent icons? Example, I want first one, third one and sixth one. 1, 3, 6. These three I want. How do I select them? Same procedure. Click on icon. Click on icon. Okay. Press and hold. Press and hold. Not shift key here. You are not supposed to click on shift key. You are pressing and holding control key. Got it, children? You are pressing and holding control key. Which is the control key? This one is the control key. Here and here you have. Okay. This control, these control keys you are supposed to press and hold them. You are supposed to press and hold them. So once you press and hold them, then select the icons whichever you want. That this selection of icons is known as non-adjacent. Non-adjacent. Got it, children? Once again I'll explain to you. Selecting the adjacent icons. Click on the icon. Fine. Click on the icon first. Then press and hold the shift key. Press and hold the shift key. Once you press and hold the shift key, then select whichever icons you want. That is your adjacent selection of icons. Next one, you want the selection of non-adjacent icons. How are you supposed to do? Click on the icon first, then press and hold the control key. You are supposed to press and hold the control key. Then select the icons which you want. Then that's the kind of selection is known as non-adjacent selection of icons. That is known as non-adjacent selection of icons. Did you understand, children? Yes. Now we will be seeing arranging the icons on the desktop. Arranging the icons on the desktop. Sometimes what happens when you have different files, n number of files, it will be difficult for you to choose a file which is your file. Fine? Yes or no? When you keep all your books together, it will be very difficult for you to know which book is of computer book, which is of a social book or a science book or a maths book or a Hindi book. So this untidiness with keeping your books, if at all if you keep them in a place, in a particular place, mentioning the subject names, it will be easy for you to pick the book. Yes or no? In the same way, in your computer desktop or in the desktop screen, if sometimes the files and the folders will be clumsy or untidy. So how do you arrange them in the proper way? We'll be seeing how do you arrange them in the proper way. Right click on the desktop screen. Children, listen. Right click on the desktop screen. Okay. Right click with the mouse. Right click on the desktop screen. A pop-up window appears. Click on view. Click on view. Then one more window will appear wherein you are supposed to type auto arrange icons. Auto arrange icons. So what is this auto arrange icons? It will place the order in alphabetical order. Okay, or according to the size or anything. So it auto arranges. Fine. So which you need first, that you can do it, but how are you doing it? Right click, click on view. Okay, right click on the desktop screen, click on view option. Once you click on view option, select the auto arrange icons. Okay, once you click on the auto arrange icons, your scattered or untidy icons will be placed in a proper way. Understood, children? Got it? So now you learned adjacent, selection of adjacent icons, selection of non-adjacent icons, and how do you arrange the icons on the desktop. Arrange the icons on the desktop. Right click, click on view, auto arrange icons. Fine. Next we'll be moving on to changing the wallpaper. Everybody is fond of doing this, right? So we'll be seeing how to do it. The same method, like right click on the desktop screen. Right click on the desktop screen. Okay. A pop-up window appears. Click on properties. You will be clicking on properties. Got it, children? You will be clicking on properties. Sorry, not properties. Personalize. Very sorry, children. Very sorry. Right click on the desktop screen. A window appears. In that you select personalize. Personalize. That you click on personalize. In that you select desktop background. In that you will be selecting desktop background. Desktop background. In desktop background, again you can choose the images from your own gallery or from the system gallery. Fine. You will be having sample pictures. You can post them also. Otherwise, if you have your photos or images in your system gallery, you can just post them also. You can select that image and you can post them also. So this is the changing of the desktop background. Right click, click on the option personalize, go to desktop background, choose the image or whatever you want, then click on the save option or save the changes. Click on the save changes, then your desktop will be changed. Your desktop screen image will be changed. This is your changing of the desktop. Then next one, screensaver. Screensaver is same as your desktop only. Right click on the screen, desktop screen. Click on personalize. Click on personalize. Then click on screensaver. Click on screensaver. You can give the waiting time. You can give the waiting time. Why waiting time? Why? Because there is no need to change. If you give some different images, how it has to move after, like if you are not working on the system, for example, if you are not working on the system, the desktop screen is seen. You can give the waiting time for the screensaver to pop up. Okay, like 15 or 20 seconds. If you don't use the system for 15 or 20 seconds or 1 minute, what will happen? After that time by waiting, it will shift. The screensaver will appear. So screensaver also you can give. You can personalize your own screensavers or you can take it from the system itself and you can change it. Understood, children? Then after doing all those things, you can click on OK and save the changes. Save the changes. Yes, children? Did you understand now how to do it? So changing the wallpaper, changing the wallpaper and doing the changes to the screensaver, you have understood. Now, working with multiple windows. The next one will be working with multiple windows. Do you remember the control buttons, children? Do you remember the control buttons? Maximize, minimize and close. Yes. See, I open many windows here. I have MS Paint. Okay. I'll open MS Word. I'll open Excel. Okay. I'll open many of the window screen. So what I will do, I will minimize each of them and they come and sit in the taskbar. They come and sit in the taskbar. You can open multiple program windows to work. For example, you can open 3 or 4, n number of them you can open. So what will happen? But you can work only in a single window. Remember that, children. You can open all the textbooks at a time. Yes or no? You can open all the textbooks at a time. But you cannot read all the textbooks at a time. Can you do it? While reading, while doing or solving maths problems, will you be able to write the answer for your social or science question? No. So, in the same way, you can open n number of windows, but you can only work on one window. Once you click on that, that window appears. If you want to work on what, that window appears. So, the option available for you is activated program tabs. So, which appears on the taskbar. You call them as activated program tabs. Activated program tabs. Activated means these are opened. Okay. For example, you have opened 3 textbooks. Those 3 textbooks are activated. They are active now. Whichever textbook you want, you can take them and you can read them. That is your activated program tabs. Fine. Understood, children? Next. This did you understand, children? Yes. Next one is setting date and time. Setting date and time. Setting date and time. How do you set the date and time? You will set the date and time. It is called as system notification area. Okay, system notification area. This portion wherein date and time can be set. This portion is called as system notification area. System notification area. Click on the calendar and time. Okay, click on system notification and area. Here, you can click here. Okay, you can click on this. So, date and time can be set. Click on the system notification area, children. This is the system notification area. Right side corner of the desktop, your date time will be available. Once you click on that, you can set the date and time. That's the system notification area. So, date and time can be set. In the same way, in that only, you will be having the speaker volume. Okay. That also can be, you can level up and level down also. Volume up and volume down also. In the system notification area only, even that can be done. Understood, children? Then, use of the shortcut menu. What is the use of the shortcut menu? Shortcut menu is a new name for something you have already learned. On pointing to an icon, right clicking on top of it, the menu that appears is known as the shortcut menu. If you right click on this, that's the shortcut menu which appears. Okay. Like once I right click on my computer, a menu appears. That's called as the shortcut menu. Shortcut menu. Understood, children? That's called the shortcut menu. It is also called as context menu. This is also called as context menu. This is also called as context menu. Fine. Understood, children? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. For example, if you, this context menu I will tell. If you click on this, my computer, you will get open, view, arrange the files, all those different options. So for each of them, you will get, this is called as a context menu or a shortcut menu. Fine. So let me discuss the topics what I have covered in the second chapter. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me, okay, text me or even you can call me. Notes as usual, I will be discussing and giving it to you. Got it, children? Until then, you can just note them in your textbook. If you know the answers, try to write them, solve them. Once I give you the answers, you can cross check with them. Understood? So, what all did we discuss in the GUI operating system? You got to know what is a operating system. Then you got to know what is a task bar. Then start button. Then start button. Then what else you got to know after start button? Quick launch bar. Quick launch bar. Quick launch bar. After this you got to know. What else you got to know, children? After this, selecting selecting the adjacent and non-adjacent icons. Selecting the adjacent and non-adjacent icons. Yes, selecting the adjacent and non-adjacent icons. After this, you got to arrangement of the arranging icons on desktop. Arranging icons on desktop. Then changing the wallpaper. Then screensaver. How to set date and time. Then volume. With this, you also learned system notification area. You learned date and time, setting the date and time also. Then after this, what else you learned? Shortcut menu or context menu. Shortcut menu or context menu. Understood, children? Understood? Yes. So, go through the lesson once as usual, revise it twice or thrice, how many ever times you want. If at all, if you have any doubts, you can just text me or even call me and ask. Fine, children. So, the notes will be given to you in the next class. Until then, take care.